Hey, it's a Humble Collector here. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the 2-panel death card of Edmund Roppelt. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. So going for the top here, we have a nice photo of Edmund, and we see a ribbon bar here with several awards on it that I frankly can't really make out. The ribbon on his uniform there, though, appears to be for a War Merit Cross. And moving down below, I apologize if you hear wind in the background. It is a crazy windy day here in western Pennsylvania. It sounded like you couldn't catch it earlier, but it's definitely picked up. So apologies for that if it's present. Moving down, a prayer memorial to Hauptmann Dr. Edmund Roppelt, a bailiff in Gunzenhausen, born on March 4th, 1893, and died on June 13th, 1944. Now, right off the bat, the DR after Hauptmann there, which is roughly equivalent to a captain, I'm not 100% sure what that means. I'm a bit split if it is for Hauptmann der Reserve, or a captain in the reserve, or if it's Hauptmann der Reichswehr, which would be the interwar German army from after World War I until the Nazis took power and reorganized it into the Wehrmacht. So, bit unclear which it stands for. Either makes sense, really. Edmund here is definitely old enough to have been a captain in the Reichswehr prior to the war. And also because the unit that he was in, which we'll get into here in a minute, the reserve also kind of makes sense as well. So I'd be curious to hear what you guys think down below. Edmund here was actually the captain of the 4th Company of Landesschutzen Battailon 807 in Firth. Now, we've actually talked about the Landesschutzen Battalions a couple of times on the channel. Generally, these units were drafted from the older members of the population. Generally, they're being used for very rear line, security and occupation duties. They're really not frontline troops. That obviously fits here. Edmund at this point is 51 years old at the time of his death. Now, the 807 Battalion was actually based in Nurnberg, and Firth is just right outside there, as you can see on this map. So that also seems to line up with the information that we have. And kind of mundanely enough, Edmund actually just died of cancer in the reserve hospital in Herzogenaurach. But yeah, so the reason, we're getting into June of 1944. This is around the time that the records get really spotty. But I think one of the reasons we actually still have his casualty record is because he died at home in Germany in June of 1944. So right around the time Allies have laid in France, things are not going well there. The Soviets are hammering Army Group Center in the east. So, all things considered, Edmund here, having gotten to serve on the home front, he's in his 50s at this point, so he definitely has lived a longer life than a lot of the guys that we cover on this channel. And he died of cancer, which certainly isn't pleasant, but is a very kind of normal way to die. So oddly, Edmund definitely has one of the more benign deaths that we've seen on this channel compared to all of the brutal combat-related deaths that we normally cover. And moving to the bottom here, he who lives in the hearts of his loved ones is not dead. He is only far away. Only he who is forgotten is dead. And moving to the back of the card here, we have a lovely HCOM backing 302. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. So yeah, overall, really fascinating card. Not like a combat-related card like we normally cover, so nothing to really pull from like a unit history or look at a map and talk about the battles that were going on at the time, but still very unusual and definitely an interesting card to have in the collection. So yeah, overall, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment down below. Love hearing from you. Thank you all for watching. Happy collecting, and I'll see you all again very soon.